previously on Gears.
Okay, here we go.
I am so ready for this. Have you got the music ready?
Do you like my music? Scotty found this from one of his German DVDs.
Ah, you legend, Connie.
From the 1970s.
Schnell, schnell!
Achtung! Achtung!
All right, and now, ladies and gentlemen, a short story with Sasha Martinengo.
This is the best divorce letter ever. Dear Connie, I know the counsellor said we should not contact each other during our cooling off period, but I couldn't wait anymore. The day you left, I swore I'd never talk to you again, but that was just the wounded little boy in me talking. Still, I never wanted to be the first one to make contact. In my fantasies, it was always you who would come back to me. I guess my pride needed that. But now I see that my pride's cost me a lot of things. I'm tired of pretending I don't miss you. I don't care about looking bad anymore. I don't care who makes the first move as long as one of us does. Maybe it's time we let our hearts speak out loudly as our hurt. This is what my heart says. There's no one like you, Connie. I look for you in the eyes and breasts of every woman I see, but they're not you. They're not even close. 2 weeks ago, I met this girl at Flamingo's, and she, brought her home with me. I don't say this to hurt you, but just to illustrate the depth of my desperation. She was young, maybe 19, with one of those perfect bodies, the only youth and maybe a childhood spent ice skating can give you. I mean, just a perfect body. Breasts like you wouldn't believe in an ass that just wouldn't quit. Every man's dream, right? As I sat on the couch being blown by the stunner, I thought, look at the stuff we've made important in our lives. It's all so superficial. What does a good body mean? Does it make her better in bed? Well, in this case, yes. But you see what I'm getting at. Does it make her a better person? Does she have a better heart than my moderately attractive Connie? I doubt it. And I'd never really thought of that before. I don't know. Maybe I'm just growing up a little. Later, after I had tossed her about half a pint of throat yogurt, I found myself thinking, why do I feel so drained and empty? It wasn't just her flawless technique or her slutty, shameless hunger, but something else, some nagging feeling of loss. Why does it feel so incomplete? And then it hit me. It didn't feel the same because you weren't there to watch. Do you know what I mean? Nothing feels the same without you. Jesus, Connie, I'm just going crazy without you, and everything I do just reminds me of you. Do you remember Carol, that single mom we met at the Holiday Inn Lounge last year? Well, she dropped by last week with a pan of lasagna. She said she figured I wasn't eating right without a woman around. I didn't know what she meant till later, but that's not the real story. Anyway, we had a few glasses of wine, and the next thing you know, we're banging away in our old bedroom. And this tart's total monster in the sack. She's giving me everything, you know. Like a real woman does when she's not hung up about her weight or her career and whatever the kids can hear us, etc. And all of a sudden she spots the tilting mirror on your grandmother's old vanity. So she puts it on the floor and we straddle it, right? So we can watch ourselves. And it's totally hot, but it makes me sad too, because I can't help thinking, why didn't Connie ever put the mirror on the floor? We've had this old vanity for 14 years and never used it as a sex toy. Saturday, your sister dropped by with a copy of the restraining order. I mean, Vicky's just a kid and all, but you know, she's got a pretty good heart and a good head on her shoulders, and she's been like a real friend to me during this painful time. She's given me lots of good advice about you and about women in general. She's pulling for us to get back together, Connie. She really is. So we're doing Jell-O shots in the hot bubble bath and talking about happier times. Here's this teenage girl with the same DNA as you, and all I can think about is how much she looked like you when you were 18. And that just makes me cry. And then it turns out Vicky's really into the whole anal thing. That gets me to thinking about how many times I pressurized you about trying it and how probably fueled some of the bitterness between us. But do you see how even then, when I'm thrusting inside your baby sister's cinnamon ring, all I can do is think of you? It's true, Connie. In your heart, you must know it. Don't you think we could start over? Just wipe all the grievances away and start fresh? I think we can. If you feel the same way, please, please, please let me know. Otherwise, can you let me know where the fucking remote is? Love, Dan.
At the next intersection, turn on
Gears with Sasha Martinengo.
weekdays from 12 to 2 p.m. Central African Time.